Good afternoon. Welcome on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Southern New England. I'm Keith Tebow from FRCMedia. Thank you for joining us today. You know, this is the last week of school for many of our school districts in the region, and that means families are going to be looking for things to do over the summer months. And, you know, with the phase 2 reopening of COVID-19 from the Commonwealth, the governor has said that camps that have been traditionally an option for many people are allowed to reopen come this week and also during the summer. And we're going to spend some time today to talk about one of those options for people, as well as the other work being done at the YMCA, the Fall River YMCA. And pleased to be joined by the executive director of the Y, Stephanie Mancini. Stephanie, thank you for joining me. How are you?
Good. Thanks, Keith. Thanks for having me.
Let me just ask you right off the bat, you know, traditionally the Y has done a lot of programming over the summer. And fortunately, because how things have worked out, you'll be able to do that again. And you'll be offering again for local residents a camp this summer. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, first of all, how it's a little bit different than what it has been in the past.
Yes, it's going to be a lot different. But basically, we're going to do the best we can. We're going to make it the best we possibly can under these circumstances. So typically, for the past 3 summers, I should say, the Fall River YMCA has transported about, on average, 150 children to our Swansea campus on Sharp Slot Road in Swansea. And we've basically had an outdoor, kind of a traditional camp. They have baseball fields and archery and hockey rink and all kinds of outdoor activities. So we've been fortunate to do that. Unfortunately, this year, due to transportation, we will not be transporting kids. We are going to be operating here at the Fall River location in our beautiful facility, but we will be operating at lesser capacity. So we will have less than half the kids that we normally have. Right now, it's set for 70, and we are actually full. However, I do, since I mentioned Swansea and certainly our other branches of our YMCA South Coast, there is still availability left. So although we're full right now, if people are looking for care, they can certainly go to ymcasc.org and reach out because I know that we're going to be looking to fulfill those camps. Those will be lesser capacity as well, Keith, but I know, as of right now, anyways, there is still some space.
Yeah. Let me ask you, when do the camps start?
Right. So we're scheduled to start June 29th, unless we get any other news that we can't. So we're aiming for the 29th. We are in our second week of camp training. We did 40 hours of virtual training, and then we're also doing some in-person training. So I mean, you have to give anybody kudos for sitting 40 hours for training, and you know, our staff are very dedicated. So I'm pleased with that, and we're getting our facility ready. So just like you see everywhere else, social distancing, mask wearing, hand sanitizing, temp staking, all that kind of stuff. So
now is the Fall River camp going to be indoors, or is there going to be some ability for students, the campers, to be able to get some fresh air as well?
Yeah, so we do have a small area in our back parking lot that was a fenced in area that we do use. We will definitely use that. We are looking into taking walks, but we do have an incredible facility at the Y. You know this, but in 2015 we renovated, and our Education Achievement Center was born on the 4th floor. And there's all kinds of different things for the kids to do. We have a new camp director, Janelle Henry, and she has already set her curriculum for the summer. And I think we're going to have some fun educational components to that too, but we'll also be able to hopefully swim and have that, have a fun time swimming. And we're just going to have to get creative with the playtime activities. We do intend on using our basketball court. It's not going to look the same as, passing the same basketball around. And, we have to have individual toys. We have to have individual arts and crafts supplies and supplies in general. So it'll definitely be challenging, but we're committed.
Prior to starting today, one of the questions I asked was whether, in fact, there was going to be an issue of people and parents having some concerns with COVID-19 and sending their kids to a camp. And kids, of course, will be kids, and they're not necessarily the cleanest individuals when they're out playing and having fun. But you already mentioned that the camp is full. But have you heard at all from any parents that may be a little bit concerned about what may be going on at the camp?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, we definitely have to give them confidence that we, have it under control. And there's not 100% guarantee. It's some responsibility lays on the families that we serve, of course, and the kids, so we have to lay out those expectations, in which we do with a parent handbook. So we'll be sending that out. Actually, we're working on the final edits for that. Just that, what can you expect? What can you expect? The new normal. I know everybody's saying that, and it's getting old already. But what they can expect from the time they enter and drop their child off until the end of the day. We know it's going to be challenging keeping masks on kids. We know it's going to be challenging social distancing kids. But we are going to put activities in place where it will, hopefully facilitate that versus, just conjugating kids together in a crazy group. So. And that's one of the reasons why we have to have less kids this summer.
Yeah. Let me ask you now about some other Y initiatives. The Y has been doing so much during, you do a lot anyway, but in terms of this COVID-19 pandemic, to try to step up to meet the needs of the community. Right now, it's important to note that the traditional Y gym is closed, and that'll be closed, I guess, until hopefully phase 3. You're still undertaking many of the initiatives that you have. You still have the mobile market. I believe there's another one this Thursday. We just shared that this morning. So there's a lot going on with the Y, and you're trying to fill that need, aren't you?
Yes, it has definitely been an interesting 3 months. So we've had the great fortune to really partner with the Greater Boston Food Bank. So we since the very beginning of the quarantine in March, we partnered with the food bank, and they essentially deliver upwards of 15,000 pounds of food basically every week. And we distribute in as you mentioned, a mobile market. So that essentially is drive-through. So where people can drive up into the YMCA parking lot through one entrance, and they up their trunks, and we will place groceries in their bags, in their trunks. And off they go out this separate exit. In addition to that, we have a walker line. So folks that do not have transportation, we have a separate line for them. And we have been gracious enough to have been donated from many of the local businesses. And I do not want to forget any of them, but Baco, St. Anne's Hospital, the city of Fall River had given us some bags, but we give them brand new reusable bags. Just to give you an idea, the bags are heavy. They're upwards of 50, 60 pounds. They get fresh fruit and vegetables. They get canned goods. They get meat, anywhere from chicken to pulled pork to frozen fish. So it's been a really incredible experience to be able to do that. And it's also brought people to the YMCA that perhaps have never even, driven by. So along with the other food pantries in Fall River, we are trying to just fulfill a need and serve the masses, literally. So
yeah. Let me ask you, with the main facility being down for the past 3 months, has that impacted membership at all? And does the Y have an initiative for people who the members may have lapsed in the past couple of months to extend that? Talk a little bit about that.
Sure. Yeah. So we have an incredible membership base, by the way. I've had so many beautiful conversations with members over the past 3 months. We've definitely, been placing people on hold at their request. But many members have decided to stay with us, continue to pay their monthly dues. We do share the things that we're doing in the community. So although our doors are locked, quote unquote, we're still here every day serving the community the best way we can with the circumstances. We have a very robust virtual group fitness schedule that is, it's called YMCA Y Without Walls. It's also called YMCA South Coast Group Exercise. It's on Facebook. We have over 2,000 members of that group, and it's growing. So we're really just trying to keep everybody engaged. We're very excited to bring everybody back. I mean, it's crazy that it's been 3 months without everything. But yes, it has been impacted. But our plan, as soon as we open, is to really welcome those that have stayed with us, bring back those that are on hold, and those that have, even canceled their memberships. We're going to spend a lot of our effort, welcoming people, thanking them, and, hopefully, inviting people back and giving them confidence that we're safe. It's safe to come to the YMCA.
Well, Stephanie, I want to thank you for your time and all the great work that you're doing over there at the Y. I was going to mention the fitness classes, but you just did. People can still remain healthy within the confines of their own home for those of us who are still working remotely, even though more and more people are going back in. But I want to thank you for everything you've done with the Y, and the Y has really been stepped up, as I said earlier, and really made a positive impact in the community. And we'll talk again soon. All the best. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Again, I want to thank Stephanie Mancini from the YMCA, Fall River YMCA, for joining us today. I also want to thank you for joining us as we continue on these FRC media updates, as we continue to keep you up to date on what's happening throughout the city of Fall River. I'm Keith Tebow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.